Hello, this is Vulturefire, and today's run is going to be an in a strike list. I've been playing a couple different lists that people have suggested. One of them is a list that Hamid put together that he said was better than Khaitan. However, better than Khaitan at turn 1 kills. However, that list, to put it mildly, did not really work out for me, and I very much wasn't impressed. So that is not the list I'm going to be playing. Instead, I'm going to be playing this list, which is that I put together, that I modified a bit since I've only tried it like once since the most recent patch. I played it, I think, like twice total, but it worked pretty well both times, so I have high hopes. The general idea here is that we are using Sharpening Strike and Improvised Strike. We have some card draw. We have combat ready. The Martial Prism is like the one card here where I'm really not sure that that's what I want here. I'm just really not certain what else to put in. There's arguments for a variety of cards. You know, it could be Necrotransmute to try and get rid of Vital Stones. Could be Defensive Field for Cleanse. Right now, like Martial Prism, I've got because this is a relatively aggressive deck, and that gives me a good mix of aggression and defense. The other thing is, like, this deck is relatively light on mana, so I want it to be... This is like my only real shield card aside from Pike Shield. Although the other card that I'm kind of tempted to try is Frost Enchantment. So I may try that and see how it goes. The other note here is this used to be 2 Improvised Strikes instead of the Combat Ready and 1. I'm not sure. Again, like, I'm testing changes. I haven't played this deck a ton, so we'll see how it goes. The card pool also, like... Shock Rune is particularly valuable because of how the interaction works with Sharpening Strike, which is that Sharpening Strike increases the base damage of strikes, which means that that base damage increase will be affected by things like Shocked or Mighty or Vulnerable, which makes those things more valuable for us than they would be if we were just purely stacking Powerful. We do still have some minor powerful stacking sub-theme. We have this Rupture Strike, we have Demonic Power. The Rupture Strike may not actually be that good based on how this deck came together last time, but I think it might be fine normally. And it just like the way the deck came together last time. Resourceful Strike may also be fine, because baseline it is, because we are trying to generate a decent number of tools. Like we do have Frantic Scouring, we've got Makeshift Strike. Our most important card here to find in the card pool is Armory. Now, we don't need the Frost Enchantment in the pool if we've got one in the starting deck. Because Armory is going to be our way to draw a lot of strikes, which will let us just completely unload, which is pretty good. Aside from that, we've got a bunch of cards. I don't know exactly whether I love all of the choices here. I don't think here. Oh, we need Precarious Draw. I don't know why that wasn't in the list. Pernicious Totem is probably okay, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. Furious Retribution is probably good. I'm a little leery of it, but I think it's probably fine. Mana Mace I do actually like, I think, after playing another run where it was doing good work. Because mana is a bit of an issue with the deck, and that is a way to get mana that also keeps us rolling. We have Legendary Strike. We have, like I said, the Rupture Strike is the epic that I'm most interested in maybe replacing with something else. I'm just not sure what. We could replace the Rupture Strike with the Resourceful. We could also just like put Sanctity in. I had Gather Equipment last time, but like I never had the mana to really make it feel good, so I decided against it here. Honestly, Brilliant Idea might be good, thinking about it. Although that's obviously not an epic. Because Brilliant Idea does replace itself. It's only 1 mana, and it upgrades cards, which seems to be pretty good. I don't know what I would cut for it. Which should obviously be like one of the things that I'm most shaky about. Which might be Makeshift. Like, I keep not taking Makeshift Strike, but that may be wrong. I maybe should be taking it, and I'm just underrating it. I don't know. The fact that it's only 4 base damage, it's only 1 hit, makes it really hard to feel like I can justify it. I also may want Calculated Deception here in the card pool just because it is. There are idle stones that we will need, that we will really want to get rid of if we end up in a position where we have to get rid of, where we're fighting like cruelty in particular. Having a way to get rid of the idle stones could be very important. So it's basically just like, do I want that or do I want the brilliant idea more? I don't know. Surprise attack, I could see trading for the brilliant, like surprise attack because it's only one turn and we are often playing, especially early on, 2 to 3 turns. That could be worth it. I think we'll take the brilliant idea over the demonic greed. I think that's my final answer. Okay, so that is enough time spent dithering. We are going ramparts. I think we go. Let's get our shrines. Okay, so we are fighting cruelty. We are fighting white flame. We are fighting endurance. This is not necessarily a great lineup for us. And that's cruelty in all 3 areas. Oof, oof. Do I want to deal with that? Not too late now. So. Because I want to see how this does. So we're going planes, so we get another. Because if we can get elemental strike or elemental prowess, we're very happy. So that's why we're going here and here. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff in the ramparts that we want to have. Sharpened weapons is also pretty good for us. Charge slash, I don't think I like polluting our strike draw. I think charged mana shield is fine. I think Charred Hobble is probably the better option of those two. Okay, Crystal Ring is very good because we have Pocket Sand. So we can use... Okay, so we have no cannons. We do have this, which will get us potentially an enraged persistence. Where are our Scyther Beetles at? Do we have no Scyther Beetles either? Okay, so we've got a Scyther Beetle here, which would get us... Like, both of these are very good. I think with that in mind, I am kind of inclined to go this route. These cards don't do anything for us. That does put us through this fight, which is potentially painful, but like Cinder Barrage isn't bad. There's definitely a world where Cinder Barrage ends up being useful to us. And yeah, the Void Quake is also potentially good. You take more Vince if we go that way, but we can't get Sharpened Weapons, which I would like to have. Okay, yeah, we're going to start here. Also, I will take, I think, a Void Hardened skin if it's offered, because we're not so aggro that we can't afford to do that. Because one of the other nice things about this list is that because we are sorry, my brain is temporarily disabled. Because we are a whatever list, we are an inner list. Like, we can play a tankier game if we need to. I'm deciding if we get more out of playing that. I should have chosen that sooner. I think if we do, we can probably kill. Yeah, especially because that'll turn this on. Yeah, and then we can do that. So that worked out pretty well for turn 1. So kind of a lot of this deck is figuring out in any given fight whether we want to try and play an aggressive game or not. I think we're going to do that. Oh, I should have done that first. And that was what I was doing in my head, and then I just forgot what my plan was. I think we do want that. I think we may as well do that. I know that means we're not saving mana, but I don't care enough. So I'm saying this out loud so that it's on record for when I get the disappointment to happen. But what we really, really do not want to see here is no elemental amalgam in area 2. That would be pretty sad. All right, Frantic Showering, like, these are both very good. Do we need the Arcane Strike in this area? I don't think we do. And Frantic Showering is so good for setting up Impro Strike. We also, there's very much an argument there to just take the mana, given how many struggles we kind of have with mana cards. I think this is worth it because it'll get us back that, which will get us some crystallize. We're going to be bleeding this fight, but that's fine. The thing we most want to see, like I said, is if we can find an armory. That'd be great. Last card on the deck is improvise, so we're guaranteed to draw that with that. Okay, so here's the plan. We're hoping for mana here. We didn't get it. We do get to kill that at least. You're going to be weak for both of your turns, which is something. It's not much, but it's something. And you're going to be bleeding one this turn. You know, I really didn't expect us to have space in hand for all this, because I can't count. I don't know why I spend all the time dithering when I just have lethal in hand. Oh man, why do you do me like this, game? I said armory was the card we want most, but into cruelty, battle glory could be life or death. I think the armory is... So, my reasoning there is armory is the card that I want to have multiple of. But this does leave me in a position though where like I don't have several cards I would like to have. So if I go this route, we get shots at... So basically is sharpened weapons good enough to justify... like, do we get enough from this route to justify not... To just like giving up our chances at... Because like we get 2 more shots at Undying Persistence, and like... Or we get 3 more shots, and they're all like amazing chances, but I would really also like to have an Undying Persistence if I can get it. I might take the Pitiful Strike. I wouldn't take the Defensive Strike, I think. And then like we can force the Void. We can't force the Void Quake here, but like that's fine. And we'll probably fine taking mana anyway. These are going to be harder fights. We do get an extra elite fight this way. We get another set. We get a double idle reward there. We're only getting a single idle reward here. But we do get another event, which could be an upgrade. Yeah, I think we're going to go left. Okay, so yeah, like right now, that just gets us all of our strikes. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And yeah, so this is now absolutely just going to chew through things. And then the question is, would we rather do this now or use that? This is so much damage. We're just going to get that out. It's either like Armory set us up perfectly to just mow down our problems. Also, you can see like Pocket Blade would be great because then we can reliably get whatever out. I'm a wizard. I want you to know that. I am apparently a wizard. This is very good. Metal Rune might save our lives though because we don't have a tough source right now. God, I am very happy about that called shot on the Pocket Blade. And that's probably also going to be our upgrade, I think. It does potentially make the arm... No, because we are holding one of them, which means... So the trick here is the sequencing is... No. So my thought was I wanted to get this out before I hit 0 mana, but for this to work properly, I do want to get that out first, though. I want to get as many buffs on the Pocket Blade as possible because we are going to be playing it a lot. Okay, yeah, this is not yet quite a better than a Darkstone. So we didn't get the turn one kill, unfortunately, but like that was a pretty good amount of damage through Fortress. Although Predator obviously helps a lot. Because we're not going to have that starting Predator forever, but while we have it, it's going to do good work for us. Let's go Shockyo. I want to do this, but I think doing that's better. Look at that completely reasonable damage on that. You can see already that like mana is a problem. We are deliberately running light on mana so we can get more non-mana cards in the deck, but that absolutely does have consequences. So let's do that. I'm just going to buff that. Do that drawback. That freaking like sharpening strike. Y'all are freaking sleeping. So there have been several discussions in the Discord about in the past few days about last day specifically about in a strike decks. Because, you know, I was trying out one day's list, I was trying out Hamid's list, and I was trying out, you know, my list. And they are sleeping on Sharpening Strike. I am telling you, they are hard underrating it. Scroll Protection doesn't do a ton for us, but it does get us... I think we're more likely to find another accessory we want. The starting mana is okay, but I think the fact that this lets us just like immediately go to 0, and that Emergency Shield could actually be useful sometimes. I think that makes that worth it. All right, let's do that. I'm trying to think how we sequence this best. I guess the downside to doing that is that we knew that we weren't going to be drawing a mana card, which was probably a mistake. Haha, we're too tough for that. Let's do that. I'm trying to think like how we hit 0 mana while still having space in hand, and the answer was abusing game mechanics. Let's do that. Oh, I could just do that. Oh, that is... Okay, so I did have enough space. I didn't actually think I was going to have enough space for that. Get dunked on. There's not enough damage. Okay, so before we play that, we do want to draw back the original Emperor Strike so that we can up the damage on it. Yeah, I think we take the Undying Persistence here. This is also very good, by the way, but Undying Persistence is better than the Combat Ready. And like, we probably keep both, but... And with the Undying Persistence, I didn't think we needed to go here. And the event has a lot of potential value. So this fight has the potential to drag on, has the potential to become a nightmare. But we have very good scaling, as you've seen, which makes me really less scared of that than I might be otherwise. Especially with that working, with having that, our scaling is very good. Switch that. Yeah, I'll just do that. Oh, that freeze gave us the extra damage from the Predator. I forgot about that part. Alright. Here we go. I realize that I've just completely bungled any ability to hit 0 mana here, but... Alright. That is not enough frost. It's not really worth... I don't think it's really leaving anything alive here. Leaving any of these in hand. I would rather just work on machine gunning out damage. So, Unarmed Combo is a card that Hamid's list is supposed to be based around. And like I tried Hamid's list, but the problem I kept hitting with Unarmed Combo is that like your early game is so bad. Because you don't have any powerful, so you don't have any, and like his list doesn't have the sharpening strikes, which y'all are sleeping on. I was sleeping on too, to be fair. But because you don't have the, so to give you an example, I mean, it's like, this is lethal, so there's no point in me actually doing what I was going to do. So, I'm just going to get that kill. I was going to show off, dang it! I really needed it to be anything except Sinister. That's why I didn't play the combat ready. Because I really needed it to not be the Sinister Runestone, so that we could avoid being fatigued. Because getting fatigued is that's like why getting rid of the fatigue runestone is so important. Because getting fatigued is so bad for us. Because it means that our pocket stuff shuts off. Which, if you watch my videos before, you know how that works. You've seen this song and dance before. Let's upgrade that. What do I copy here? I'm tripping this opportunist. There's like no way I'm not. I'm like, we're not fatigued, but like at least we got value out of getting fatigued here. We can't actually get that. No. I'm not really going to be able to play that, but that's fine, because we are going to be able to use this. Do that. Look at that casual, 30 damage pocket blade. Yeah, I did this fight with, I think it was this exact fight, with a different second item size cruelty with the 1 day's deck, and it did not go this well. So at least we drew these before whatever kicked in. That's good. Is it even worth upgrading this? I don't think it is. Just gonna kill everything. Or kill. I guess we only get to the next last form because of whatever, but. So, the Frost Rune isn't doing much for us right now. Kind of actually want to cut the Frost Enchantment, which I might. It was kind of an experimental card. And this is kind of my experience with Frost Rune an unfortunate amount of the time, which is that you just can't quite get as much value out of it as you would like. I think we just accept that we're not going to do much this turn. Oh, because of the, of course, because of the bladed. I should have gotten, just kidding, we're going to kill. When I said not much, I meant we were going to win because we can kill through that bladed. Lightning Rune, Shock Rune though is a lot better, although this fixed shock itself can be a problem. Voidquake is good setup. we are dealing with endurance all the way through, which can set up Frost Rune and Reflect, which could be a problem. Although Voidquake does a lot of good things for us. We don't have real setup for it right now, but I think I am inclined to take the Voidquake. I don't think that does enough for us. Gilded Skull is great. That gives us a way to get rid of the Cruelty Stones, the Sinister Rune Stones. It won't be useful on its own in Area 3 because we won't necessarily drop both at the same time, but so I think it's probably good. Upgrading this is pretty good. That upgrades our scaling, which I think is what I'm inclined to do. And then I think I am going to cut the Frost Enchantment. I just haven't been super impressed so far. See, do we get... Yeah, naturally, no Amalgam. That's my luck. And we don't even have the ability to get the Frost Rune Elite. That's really unfortunate. So, routing. Fighting Maw in A3. We could pick up Frost cards here. This fight, I don't hate... Arcane Flow doesn't do anything for us, is the problem. From here, Pulverize doesn't do anything for us. Chimera Form isn't bad. That's actually, I think I would take Chimera Form. That requires to take quite a few fights on the way up. But like that also gives like 100 bites, and 100 bites, sorry, exactly 8 bites upgrades into exactly 12 bites. It's very good. Cornered Focus is very solid. Alright, so we use this. And then, unfortunately, it makes sense not to play out the Pocket Blade because we didn't want to redraw the Pocket Blade with whatever. So, do that, maximal up on that. All right, that vulnerable means that this is now lethal. Oh, right, and by forcing the shuffle, we get this out, which is great. Yeah, and we can do this, which will draw us back to Pocket Blade, which is doing oodles of damage. Yeah. So, the reason that this is so much damage is because it's doing 5 more base damage. That means this is an 8x3 base hit, which means because we still have this temporary predator, so we're getting 30% from that, plus 25% plus, 25, so we're getting 50, so we're getting 80% here on that 8, which is, all right. So I'm doing some math. There was probably a cut there because I hadn't realized that the last thing I recorded was a PowerPoint thing, which means I had to have the full screen recording. So I still only broke the recording there for a bit. Anyway, the point is, so 8 times 1.8 is 14. So that gets us to 14 damage. Wow, that's still more than I would expect. Do we increase it by more than... We got the extra plus 2. It's actually a 10. Which makes it just straight up 18. I'm missing a bonus here then. How do we have this much damage? This damage feels too high still. I mean, I guess I'm not complaining. Look, the point is, we're at a very high damage number there. And I think it might be bugged. Oh man, these are both very good. I'm probably taking one of these two, I think. I think our mana is good enough that I can afford to not take that. And either of these, I think we're going to take the Hunt, because getting those criticals is very, very strong. Gonna upgrade that. Right, so this gets us various things out of hand, into hand. Let's do that into that. Let's actually just, I guess, dump out the whole hand so that we can do. I guess we go ahead and upgrade that. Feels pretty good. We can even fail off that shield game. Dummy. Alright, irradiated voice stones we do not care about. This draws all of our other strikes. strike, and strike, and... We absolutely have super lethal here. Yeah, there's that 21x3 again. Just demolished. Again with the tough choices. I think this is less valuable because we have whatever. We'll see if I end up regretting having cut the that one thing. I know I'm very eloquent. Well, that's a little awkward. Oh, I forgot to play that up first. Sequencing is hard, okay? If we do that, we are going to draw back stuff, but it is going to use up whatever. But look at all this damage. So the reason we aren't ever going to upgrade the improvised strike itself is because the +2 base damage on it is just not that high relative to like what we are getting from our other nonsense. So that's going to do value. Oh, now I'm committed to doing that right now. Oh, that's very good. That's actually incredibly good. Because now we can do this. Look how much. Look at how much crystallized we got out there. Yeah, and like we are turn 1, turn 2 killing so many things. So this is a tough choice. The nice thing about Mana Mace is it means that Armory can gain us mana, which is why I think I'm going to take it. But having Stinging Strike as another thing that we just like turbo increase is also very good. The Vindictive Aura doesn't do much for us right now, but it's nice to have on hand. We may take... we can probably take Bloody Rage with the Vindictive Aura. Alright. We can play that. Oh, right. We have one more strike now. I need to remember that. So yeah, this is now easily enough mana that it can bump us back up. So we want to avoid hitting fatigue here. We can get 2 more hits out of this, or we can get 1 more Pocket Blade out. I think doing this is going to be better. In which case, we can vulnerable here, and I think that's fine. All right, I should have known that's what I was drawing, because like that was a knowable thing, and I just forgot. God, the sheer amount of damage output here. It's like, 210 damage with no card draw trinkets. And the no card draw trinkets part is relevant because naturally we draw like the 1 strike we were going to draw anyway. Not that it matters. Battle Glory, I think. I would like to have this Arcane Strike into rubies. The Battle Glory is more important into ruby. So the Battle Glory, we do have to be a little careful. That can mess up our fatigue calculations. So that's something we have to keep in mind. But makes up for that by being really freaking good. Pretty sure that's guaranteed redraws. Yeah. And sharpen. That's perfect. We love to see it. We just play this out a bunch because it's worth 14 damage each time we do it. I think that's better than getting that stuff out. Oof, I didn't think we were actually going to get shocked there because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so the Rune Stone's going to go away. We are going to take some damage here probably. We'll happily transform those two. Get more shield. I will take powerful if it's offered, but it wasn't. And this is where, like, that's why that stone needs to go away. So we stop getting crueltied. Because that fatigue just makes our turns so much worse. Upgrading this is very good. Alright, this may be the first turn that you actually get to see the Battle Glory do it work. Yeah, so we're going to do that, which will get us the Battle Glory. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. So then that's going to draw us the Battle Glory. She's going to cleanse us. Should have played that out first, but it is what it is. And we just get 28 damage out of that. How do you choose? These are all so good. This one I think we're not taking. I think it's one of these two. If we take the Vibrating Strike, I think we're cutting... We're pretty good on, like, our strike count is pretty high. Like, the nice thing about Legendary Strike is, like, it doesn't keep coming back. And we already have, like, a pretty good set of strikes here. And this, like, the Purity can be nice going into Cruelty. Can be nice going into Ruby. It is expensive, which can be a problem. I've had that problem previous runs. But also just, like, it's really nice. This, though, I don't know if this works because of how... I don't actually know if that works the way I want it to. I don't know that it will double the Sharpening Strike bonus, actually. Because, like I said, it's a base damage, so there's not damage modifier, so it probably won't. Which I hadn't thought about when I was putting this together, although it's still probably good. Chimera Form, though, so the nice thing here is, I think we're going to go Chimera Form. And I'm going to show you, hopefully, why Chimera Form is good for us. This is a good combo to have. Because that means that we get, like, plus 14% instead of plus 10%. Every time we play a Pocket Shield, or every time we play a Pocket Stand, that seems good. We're going to upgrade the Battle Glory. Like, having it at 0 mana is so good. And then I think we are fine with the rest of the cards. We may cut an Improvise at some point. Maybe that point is now. I think we cut an Improvise now. We may... I don't think we're going to cut the Improvise Strike. I think the Frenetic Scouring is good enough to justify keeping it. Although, we're going to get 100 bites here. Like, the thing is, if we don't have the Improvise Strike, we don't have to worry about playing out our tools. And the tools, as you have seen, are very good a lot of the time. Like you can see here, we are now at 100%. We're going to be super poisoned here, which is something I should have considered. Yeah, we are super poisoned. That's fine. It's fine. Let's just get more poisoned. All right. Now, fatigued us, but it was worth it. So unfortunately, we didn't get any bonuses on Pocket Shield, which was my own fault, but I think it was worth it. That gives us a ton of tools. This is now at 15 next to. So the nice thing here is once we shock, we can then do this again, and it'll do more damage because the enemy is shocked. Yeah, which means that this is now, 25x2. I'm inclined to do this. And then we just do that, and we're going to eat the damage here, and it's going to be fine. because we have Battle Glory to kill us back. I will say, though, I think it bodes well that for a run like this, when we are able to have a turn like that is clearly like not really our ideal turn, as it were. Or not a fight like this where it's like, this fight should be ruinously bad for us, and it's going to be fine. God, are we even going to get to come out of it at full health? Bye! And yeah, I think we take 100 bites. I think we may cut the... I don't know. The Emperor Strike is so good. I don't think we can get enough value out of this. It is very good, but I don't think we can hit the numbers on it. Because we can't hit... Like, normally Anna would love to see this, but I don't think we can. 100 bites is good. This doesn't cause me to cut the Mana Mace, I think. I think that's our weakest strike. And I don't want to have too many strikes. So... This fight, the Glittering Reflection is the card that I want out of it. I don't think I would like enough out of this fight to justify taking 2 more fights in this area when we have already taken so many fights in this area. The Reflect that can get set up here can be a problem, absolutely. We're just kind of going to have to try and hope that we can find ways to avoid that. Okay. All right. So we got to do a damage buff on the pocket strike. I'll show you that mighty out. Have we forced a shuffle? No. So we don't know what this is going to get us. Okay. God, that feels good. Just the free damage. Now we just hope the Reflect doesn't come out immediately, but it probably... Oh, hey, lol, that's perfect. Everything is golden. It's also just a very good draw. If you're curious about some of my sequencing here, my excuse is that I was having so much fun that I decided that we should just really give them a chance. And so that's why I just sequenced things wrong, to just like make it possible that maybe I would sequence badly enough that they would survive. And they didn't. Oh man, the tough choices again. I think Glittering Reflection wins slightly. It's because it does everything. Oh, we have to actually remove a card here. We don't have a choice. Does the Emperor Strike go? I don't think so. It may be the Improvise, although that like makes the Emperor Strike awkward. I think it's the Improvise, like the Combat Ready. I think we need for now because we don't have another strike draw. I think we're gonna cut the Improvise. We may cut the Improvise Strike next. So this fight is what killed me in the run that I was doing with One Day's List, which, you know, my fault partially. But I was really hoping to draw a thing that I didn't draw, is the point. I guess I can get another chance at drawing. No, no luck. Oh, we're probably not actually going to get... I should have discarded this. I wasn't thinking about the fact that we are probably not going to get through whatever. I actually think I wanted to copy this, just because that's going to get us back all of that. And it's going to ensure that we have Mighty for the entire fight, which is nice. Here's a little double shock. Why not? All right. Oh, I'm dumb. I meant to do that. It's fine. I guess we're playing up. So like, I'm totally like Impro Strike being very good, and the fact that I'm just too lazy to think about Impro Strike when I'm planning. You know, it's a tough world out there. Just go ahead and play that. I think I'm not using the. I think I'm just going to go Impro Striking this turn. All right. I think that makes sense, actually. Look at our incoming damage just tank as we cleanse off so much of the problem. Right, we're gonna be able to get rid of that Sinister Runestone, which feels good. And we even got one of those that we can get rid of too, so that's pretty fun. Absolutely gonna copy that. Mana's good. Powerful and Mighty are great. Oh, whoops. Although I guess if we were gonna... We are lucky that they came in and they are not spamming burn on us. Because that's one of the ways this fight can get nasty, is like if you aren't thinking and you spawn them in and they're able to trip a bunch of burn, you can end up in trouble. Because they apply burn, and then that increases how much damage Friendo does, and then Friendo just punches you in the face for a bajillion damage, and you are big sad. I think I'm just going to copy this. Just have tons of mana. Might as well do that. And then, look at all that damage. Oh no. We could get a Wyvern Bite here. That may actually be good. Look at that. Look at how much damage we got there. That was from nothing. It's from absolutely nothing. I mean, yes, I know that we've got a bunch of Crystallize here because we're doing pair of things, but the point I'm trying to make here is like that percentage damage boost we have is very good, but it would be meaningless on if we were using an unupgraded Pocket Blade, because it would just be 3 times like 3. Because plus 200% damage when your base damage is 3 is just 9, which is nowhere near enough. So Wyvern's Bite, we could just super set things on fire. I don't think that's really where we're at though. And the Adventurer's Log is so good. We're just gonna take the Adventurer's Log, I think. There's also an argument to be made for Fiery Presence, but I think Adventurer's Log is where we're at. That's okay. This upgrade, very good. And then yeah, I think with this upgraded, I think we can justify getting the Impro Strike. That's definitely debatable. So I don't know what cards we're looking for here in this area. Not that many, honestly. Hunter's Focus is still good. You know, I've talked about like how valuable our Sharpening Strikes are, but like that doesn't mean we don't like having Powerful. It just means like Powerful, we are getting value out of Powerful not being our main focus. That may also mean like it's worth going here. shock is good for us. We're going through here. I guess it comes down to like how much do I think I'm going to need clit? I think, I really do think that we should be, and we don't have any slimes, which would be the other thing that I'd be looking for here. Yeah, no slimes. Because if I could pick up a turn to gunk, that'd also be nice. Although events could give us slimes. Although that's relatively unlikely. Because you have to get the right event, and then they have to actually, you have to choose fight me cowards, and they have to actually fight you, which they normally don't, because they're cowards. That's definitely how that actually goes, and not just my headcanon. Look at that guaranteed crit that we get. Isn't it beautiful? I thought it was beautiful. Why do we... I guess it was a 50-50 shot there, but... It's really hoping to draw the other thing. Let's get that out. That's going to shock you easily. Yeah. Yeah, if we get more armories, we're going to be happy. Also, the faster we close out fights, and the less we have to deal with cruelty, the happier we are. But armory is absolutely our strongest card, I would say. Oh, I kind of messed up here? It's fine. I didn't mess up in any ways that actually hurt us. Yeah. I think I do take the Hunter's Focus. I think we are low enough on mana that I could justify that, even though the other card also would have been good. I guess he's taking a Purging Waters here. I don't think we need it. I think things are humming along great regardless. Actually, I think I do that. Okay. So here's the plan. This is now at some damage. I don't think I want to do this because I don't think I want to force the shuffle right now, actually, weirdly enough. Oh, that wasn't actually any damage. I was thinking I was turning on, there we go. That. Now I get these guaranteed crits, so. Yeah, that starting fortress is a little bit obnoxious. Although our ridiculous crystallized shenanigans goes a long way towards dealing with that. I should have done that first. For the aforementioned crystallized shenanigans. Awkward timing on that again. You know what? No, you get the crystallizer. The nice thing here is that like we do have control over the pocket shield at least, or the pocket blade at least. Where like we can just force out the pocket blade kind of whenever we want. God, 47 damage on that. Rip. All right, so we're gonna have to copy that to get more mana. Boom. Man, that's kind of the problem. Oh, there's an argument there that we want to contemplate because that's like card draw that also gets us mana. This is great. This is just very, very good for us. It's extra mana. It is extra crit chance, so we're now up to... oh, right. We didn't actually take the crit chance item earlier. So we're at only 20% crit chance, but that still means that we have you know, that extra crit damage when we are at 100% crit. And I think we're going to copy this. I think we need to play this. Do we? No, not yet. I should play that out first. It's fine. Yeah, Ice Weather isn't necessarily good for us, but it's also not necessarily terrible. You can pitch that to go to 0 mana and get value. So that conveniently gets rid of some of our frost. You know what? No, it's worth doing this. I just cannot get over how ludicrous our pocket blade damage gets and how quickly. Because, like, it's not like this is taking us 8 turns of looping to get to. This is, like, instant, basically. That's just not reasonable. It was like turn 3, and we got, you know, hundreds. I think we should take the battle right here. Price gold is also pretty reasonable, but I'd absolutely take a corrupted font here because we can manage a corrupted font, and it would be good for us. What we really want is to hit 0 mana. I think our best bet of doing that is, yeah, finding tools that will get us there. Okay, that's actually perfect. So we're gonna play that. We're just gonna freeze us. Which gonna let's clear space in hand. Look, okay, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not kind of screwing myself up with the battle glory, but it's worth it, okay? It unfortunately is not going to be good enough against the Arcane League turn in this area, so if we end up having to deal with that, we are just going to have to, I guess, eat it. I don't think we can just fight copying the armory, we just don't have the mana for it. Now we are 100% the point, I think, where we just play this. Yeah. And then we can even freeze ourselves to end the turn, which is perfect. Alright, the have damage modifiers is annoying, and the fatigue is super annoying. But this turn was trash anyway, so what a bad turn. That is the danger to running. Like, that's why we want to try and have good mana cards, but not too many mana cards. Because we don't want to have turns like that where we just like draw all mana. And the other thing is, like, if we had a second armory, that would increase our, like, without an armory, it's harder for us to shuffle the draw pile and force out. So I think we're just gonna do this, which is gonna let us, speaking of forcing draws. So the reason I did that is I want to be able to get shock out here. May as well do that. Should have done that sooner, just get rid of the weak. Oh, I should have played the whatever to freeze this again. That was my bad. Right. Played in Fortress is annoying. We can overcome it. It's just slightly challenging. Although, I guess this works. Yeah. Yeah. Bye. So we can take this, and I think that's still the case. Ooh, this is absolutely better. That's also very good, but this brings up to, like, yeah, 30% crit chance, and extra strike damage. Crit chance is the more important part of that. For upgrades, Battle Ready Plus, getting 2 strikes instead of 1, very good. Armed Ready Plus, like, we have a pretty high amount of upgrades that we want in this deck, actually, which is nice. I think we cut one of the def focuses, which is a rare, very rare thing for me to do. But I think we want higher quality mana cards. I think that's not it. So once again, we're like, at this point, it's like, question is, do we need to clear focus? I think going this route is better. I think the events are just gonna do more for us. Although that event was trash, and like I don't think we can do CPU. I was able to do CPU on my last run with this deck, but I had the card that makes CPU better, or that makes the CPU fight easier. I had Frost Rune, and I specifically had Elemental Prowess, which meant that I was able to freeze out CPU to prevent it from summoning, and I can't do that here, and I think that not being able to freeze out CPU is going to make that a non-starter. So I'm trying to figure out how many strikes I've got left that I'm not holding. I've got 4 total, right? Yeah, or 5, yeah, 4 total I'm holding, so let's go. Oh, yeah, I only had those 2. Well, that's fine. All right, this targets randomly. That's fine. Do that and hopefully draw. Oh, that's it. Getting shocked would still be bad here, so I'm fine with doing that. All right, that's. Let's go with not doing as much as we would like. I think he's really getting powerful out here. And we were just going to avoid Quake so hard. And hey, we won the coin flip. I'm not a huge fan of that being hatched. Getting that out makes me feel a little better. I don't know why I bothered cleansing there. That didn't actually do anything for us. Just gonna draw us back to that. And there we go. Perfect. Yeah, I think we're just taking another battle ready. We could take the Calc Deception just to ensure we can get rid of... actually, I like taking the Calc Deception just to ensure we can get rid of the second Cruelty Stone, because that is like my only real concern. I was arguing to me that like Pilfering Shell is probably reasonable. I think this is a hand where we take Armory. Oh, I should have saved that for the second phase. Goodbye. Oh man, Command Lightning is very good. Osmite Strike is also very good. Can we deal with having a 5th strike? I think we probably can. This would be a good one to have. It's a little expensive compared to our others, but there's like 4 hits and just do so much damage. That's worse than what we've got. That's not what we're looking for. That is like worse than what we've got. That's not what we're looking for. It's in the run, so we're fine re-rolling. If we could freeze, but we can't, I would take this. Emergency mana is probably better than that little bit of powerful again, because the bulk of our scaling is not coming from that. We're not even gonna bother resting. We're just gonna go straight in. So this is probably gonna be a relatively long fight, but that does a lot. That a lot comes down to like how this shakes out, and this is a good start. Because we are going to get to just like hyperscale here. And obviously just like setting up this much scaling just right off the bat. I'll do that largely just to draw whatever. So we aren't able to get rid of whatever, but that's okay. Alright, no idle stones yet. That is absolutely going to explode us, but that's okay. We have plenty of heals. So obviously I am very happy to see that, of course. It is important that we start getting the crystallized setup. Okay, so here's the trick. This is how we're getting to 0 mana again. Boom. Which means we even get rid of all of that. I probably should have played the last one, but I'm showing off. Okay, we did get rid of the Shadow Slashes. This turn, they're not going to do anything for us, but it's okay. They need to go with. Wow, we need mana here. And we don't have a way to get mana here. Which is awkward. Like, we're going to copy this, which feels very silly, but... Oh, in my head we were going to get whatever, and we obviously didn't. There we go. Get to cleanse. Get to do a bit of damage there. And we get more Shadow Strikes. This is where we would like to obviously see our big mana cards. Right, and there's all the rune stones. I would describe this as not the turn we're looking for. And we need mana to make that armory pay off. And we do not have mana right now. Alright, that's good. It's not enough, but it's still useful. Let's see what we get out of that. Alright. Because we're only going to get one of them. I think I'm going to do this, because if I can find... Yeah, one of these stones to get rid of, that makes me happy. And then we take some damage here. We actually lose some recoverable. Oof, this turn is rough. Because we can't afford to play around whatever. Because even with, like I said, even with whatchamacallit, we can't. So. It's worth just making the other Idlestone go away, though. But yeah, that was unfortunate. That was just kind of back-to-back. Oh, come on. Just back-to-back turns where we couldn't afford to play out cards. And the come on is... Where did we take all that damage from? Oh, that was just the corrupt happening midway through. Yeah, because we weren't able to cleanse the last turn, we had no choice but to eat, all that damage. Cruelty can just be really mean, But cruelty can be really mean, says local man who is doing 100 damage with a pocket knife. It's not really the strike we're looking for. Force back the pocket blade. And yeah, we can get this out. And yeah, so the Maw fight obviously was awkward, but a lot of that was down to cruelty. And I think cruelty is like the worst idol for us in a lot of ways. Hunts also can be problematic, although some of the hunt cards are really good for us, and we can tear through evasion very easily. So on that part, it's not a big concern. Obviously, we had very good luck here with these two, and that contributed to this victory. But we also in some ways had bad luck. Like, we didn't roll any elemental cannons. We weren't able to get elemental strike. Like, either of those would have helped us a lot. Would have helped us stop Maw. If we weren't fighting cruelty in A3, that can help. Especially if we're fighting like two of the three idols, like hunger, endurance, and hunt. If we're fighting two of those three, then we can't ever start a turn with fatigue, from idols, and that helps a lot. Also, like, we did never find like the second armory, which probably would have helped a little bit. But yeah, overall, still, I think I am a big fan of this deck, and of the Inna strike decks I've played, this is the version that I like best. And I have shared it in the Discord if you want to try it. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this run. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any decks you would like to see, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Anyway, I will see you next time. Until then, toodles.